Giant Alex is a 12-block tall creature with a bloodied Alex skin. The whole game, the creature will simply watch you from the fog, rarely doing other, unexplored actions. When she's moving, she leaves behind footsteps in the form of pits of 3x2x2 blocks. It is not recommended to get close to Alex. In many cases, this will cause the game to crash. To find Giant Alex, you need to select version Optifine 1.12.2, select difficulty Peaceful, 6 chunks render, and 0.2 fog distance. Do not forget to enter the seed 777-874-92-9378-9578 when creating the world. Then, when you spawn into the world, swim to the main land, because this creature lives on it. It appears in all biomes, but most often as swamps and a forest. You may not notice it the first time, because at first it will always be somewhere in the viewing angle. The first person who found her was an unknown player. The whole story is unknown. We only have 2 screenshots from him. The first one shows Giant Alex herself standing among the trees in the swamp. On the second one, we can see that she is taller than the player's house. He translated the phrase Death Steve into decimal code for fun and used it as a seed. And that is how he found Giant Alex. In addition to the screenshots, he also sent me an email asking to play on the seed and make sure that it really exists. Having received a letter, having studied the material a little, I turned on the recording and moved in search of this Giant Alex. At first, I thought it was kind of crazy. Like seriously, how can some mysterious character 12 blocks tall exist in Minecraft? And this is not a replaced texture of a giant zombie and not a mod. In general, I doubted, because before starting the search, I searched a little on the internet in search of information about Giant Alex, and did not find a word about her on any creepypasta site or forum. I had only the words of that anonymous person, which I did not believe the first time, of course. After doing this according to the instructions, setting up Minecraft and creating a world, I spawned on an island. Having obtained the first and necessary resources, I made tools and a boat to sail to the mainland. Having landed on the mainland, I climbed the trees because I was in the dark oak forest. I decided not to build this house and just moved to look for this Alex. But something confused me, namely, that the evening somehow quickly came. Although I swear that 5 minutes ago it was only noon. But okay, maybe I just didn't notice how the time flew by so fast. It's been 30 minutes with no success. It already began to seem to me that the anonymous person just decided to play a joke on me. But I decided to play a little more. Maybe a certain period had not passed. But because of this deadly silence, it seems to me that she is stalking me. But I simply did not notice her. But then I suddenly find a hole. Then another. And then another. They were 3x2x2 in size. Did her signs start to appear? Does that mean it really exists? I decided to follow these footsteps, but I came across a cave with oars. Entering the cave and walking around a bit, I heard strange distorted sounds of grass destruction or something. That is, she walked over me. Moreover, the sounds of walking were not displayed in the subtitles. After leaving the cave, I walked a little more on the surface. I noticed one tree without leaves and left the game. When viewing the recording, somewhere at the end, in the corner of my screen, I saw it. She stood and just watched me.